I've been having a lot of fun on my channel lately doing these kind of full face of new brands to me, brands that I've heard of, but I've never tried. And today we're going to look at the makeup line by Jillian Dempsey, talk a little bit about it, try it, even a little bit of a wear test. I recently did the same thing with About Face Beauty from Halsey, which I loved, and the Sarah Creel line. Today, Jillian Dempsey, we have another makeup artist that we're going to look at. I'm also going to squeeze in, so stay with me here. Just a little example. I was influenced myself off seeing like a TikTok or a reel, I admit, but you guys wanted to see it. So we're also going to look at the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Glass 001 Legendary Glow Setting Spray. It's not exactly hot off the presses new, but still pretty new, and I bought it for myself. Wasn't even going to show it to you guys, but wanted to see it, so we'll play with it today too. Here today with me, Rebecca, on Not Fit for Print Beauty. I'm a fashion and beauty journalist with well over 25 years in the industry, following around some of the biggest names, reporting on them, interviewing, writing for them, shadowing them, ghostwriting for them, and all that good stuff. It has given me either the audacity or the idea to go onto YouTube and present myself as a gosh darn expert to you on Not Fit for Print. You see, because it's digital, not print anymore. It's a pun. Not Fit for Print Beauty. Let's go ahead and get started. So Jillian Dempsey, and you might recognize the last name, started out as a makeup artist, hairstylist, skincare expert. And she did have a pretty important client that came in and later became her husband, Patrick Dempsey. That's the last name, Jillian Dempsey. They've been married for, 25 years now. They have 3 kids together. They have a kind of a famous romance where they have endured ups and downs and remained together and solid. It's really a nice story. She is, however, in her own right, this is not a woman who's just McDreamy's wife. This is a woman who, in her own right, made a name for herself in the industry here in Los Angeles, Hollywood. She's celebrity makeup artist to like Emma Roberts, Kate Winslet, Kristen Stewart. I mean, just to name a few. And she even launched a beauty tutorial app, which is kind of interesting, and has had 2 makeup lines. The first, if I'm not wrong, I think was called Delux. But this is her namesake brand, Jillian Dempsey. It's clean beauty. You can find it at Credo, at Violet Grey, and of course on her own namesake website. This is really pretty makeup that's kind of, she really focuses on the packaging, little packages that don't take up a lot of space. It doesn't cheat you on product, but it just packages it with minimal packaging, minimal waste. Fits into, they even say, the pocket of your denim jeans. Really pretty innovative products from someone who understands colors and formulas and how they work, because it is her industry. So today, as we try out, the brand was really kind, and they sent me over a whole bunch of stuff, and we're going to do this look. I've already filmed it with the products that they were nice enough to send over. It's my first time playing with Jillian Dempsey makeup. I have a membership here on YouTube, and I brought this up to them, and they'd all heard of it. Many of the members had heard of it, and I had never tried it. So I'm really excited to try it here and share it with you all today. And then we're going to just play a little bit with this Pat McGrath setting spray, because it's kind of cool. I'll show you what that does. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Let's try on these beautiful makeup. Let's dive right in, and I want to start with a product I know I'm going to like. I feel I'm going to like, I should say. I haven't tried it yet, but I feel like I will. This is the Spot Stick. This comes in 13 shades, but I was sent shade 04, so we'll see if they chose right for me. It's $32. This is a matte, kind of easily blendable concealer, just for the trouble spots, which I kind of have a lot of those. But the brand also says you can even thin it out with a moisturizer and just use it as kind of a face tint. But I'm going to try it as a concealer. I've been talking a lot, I know if you've been on with my channel, about my new skincare that I'm working with from Guerlain. And I think it's really, I mean, other than the problem spots that are always going to need concealer, I think it's evening out my skin tone. And I've been doing a lot of concealer only, just on the and letting my skin shine through. So we'll do that here too. And this morning I have that skincare on, so my face is still nice and moisturized, so this should work really well. Let's do one side of the face first. I have a brush here as well. I have a Sonia G brush from a kind of a fusion brush, not kind of a fusion brush from that collection. And I'm just kind of, I'm probably putting on a little more than I would. I'm definitely putting on a little more than I would. Ooh, it is really nice. It's not, it doesn't drag on the skin at all. My skin is moisturized, but it wouldn't drag anyway, I can tell you. It's nice. And it's got this little packaging. This brand has the cutest packaging. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of take this brush. You can use a sponge, and heck, you could even kind of run your hands over your face, the warmth of your hand. But I'll use this brush. And boy, this does blend really easily. With a moisturizer, this would be super, super pretty as a skin tint. Very impressive. I definitely need, I need around my eyes, around my nose. That's where I really kind of need the coverage. And, well, this is pretty impressive. What a nice little product. So, here is just one side of my face done. Really good on the color choice, right? This side of my face has that Guerlain Morning Skincare, and that's it. This side of my face, I just added in this JILLIAN Dempsey Spot Stick. All right, so I'm going to speed it up so you don't have to just sit there, and I'll do the other side. What do you guys think really quickly? Look at that. Is that hiding my dark pits of despair? Big difference, huh? This is untreated. Here, this is the spot stick right here. All right, let me do the other side. Ooh, that's nice, isn't it? What do you guys think? Ooh, and it feels really nice. Like I don't even feel it on my face. Almost like it's like a serum almost. Like it's not sticky. There's no tackiness to it. Like it just feels like my skin. That's really nice. Boy, some good coverage there too, huh? Wowza, Ms. Dempsey, that's beautiful. All right, well, let's continue on. Pretty nice here. How about this cheek tint? And we've got this really cool packaging. As I told you, we've got this itty bitty teeny packaging because JILLIAN Dempsey wants you to be able to just kind of take this anywhere. They even say in the pocket of your jeans. Look at that. That would slide in. Look how thin that is. It's like barely bigger than a silver dollar. Smaller? Size of a silver dollar? Really tiny. And this is really cute. So this is the cheek tint. And I have the shade Bloom. This is a $28 product. By the way, the spot stick is a $32 product. This is a $28 product and comes in 6 shades, but I have the shade Bloom. It's a cream cheek. It can go on the lips too, but we have another product for the lips today. But this can go on the lips, so it can be kind of a multi-use. It's got a natural flush and this super easy, as I mentioned, packaging, but there is a nice, fairly full mirror here for the size of the compact. And I brought over a Merit No. 1 brush. You can even use your fingers, a sponge, really whatever you want. So I'm just going to apply the shade Bloom to the cheeks. Really pretty. And a really fresh scent, nothing floral, nothing. It's just really, because this is natural beauty, so it's not going to have any sort of, fake ingredients or anything like that. But it's got, kind of has a very pleasant scent to it. I can't describe it, but not a fragrance that would set off allergies or migraines or anything like that. So they say, the brand says a natural flush, and boy, I'm agreeing. Look at that. This cheek has no color. Very natural. And I could probably go overboard even more if I put my finger into it and then applied it like that. And I could either tap it in or use the brush to spread it on. I like that because lately everything is so prominent just out the gate. I like that this is buildable. Very nice. Okay, let me put a little on there. I will swatch it for you here too on my hand. That's that Bloom shade. It's supposed to be just kind of just a hint of color there. And there's so many ways to use this on the face too. I mean, I chose a brush. You could use your fingers easily. I could have just tapped it in like that. You could use your fingers, sponge, whatever you want. There it is with a finger application, not pulling on the skin. Just a really refined, sophisticated look. Very pretty, very minimal. Ooh, nice stuff. I'm impressed. Wow. All right, let's go to the eyes. So I just showed you the cheek tint. Now we're going to look at the lid tint. Same type of packaging, same price, $28. Whereas the cheek tint has 6 shades. This lid tint has 9 shades. This is bronze is the shade. But depending upon the shade, you can use it on your cheek. Same thing on your lids because it is a eyelid product. But you can also dab it on the lips. I don't think you would dab this bronze shade on your lips. You might want to, whatever. And what Jillian Dempsey says is this is super easy. Just kind of tap it onto your eyes and don't worry about it. Just kind of take a second and do it. I did bring a brush over, and I think we're going to try a brush. Maybe we'll try both ways. But she says just to dab on the lids. This is the bronze shade, which I'll show you here. It's pretty. You know what I like about this? Isn't that nice? You know what I like about this? It's very subtle. I love subtle makeup. I love subtle makeup that can also be built. No one likes if something doesn't have a color payoff, but this is very different. This is subtle, which is very different than not having a color payoff. This is going to give you as much or as little as you want, and I enjoy that choice. You know, so much lately is there's no choice. You're going to just get overpowering, color that they make like that so that it swatches well on the arm. And you guys know that though I do swatches, and I understand that's how we relate to makeup in this day and age, but we don't really wear makeup on our arms. So it is swatches are a bit strange, to be honest with you. Okay. Ooh, gosh, that's pretty. And I'm going to even switch. That was a Rephr brush number 1, and I'm going to switch to a Rephr number 2 just to put this a little bit underneath the eyes. This is so subtle and pretty, and not even that pricey for this beautiful, easy to store, slimline packaging. I am pretty impressed, to be honest with you. A really subtle look, but still pretty. You know, this is a great just out and about look. Oh, this is nice. Let's take a look at the Kohl eyeliner. This one comes in 6 shades and is $20. They sent it over in the shade Rich Brown. You know what I like about this? And you guys are going to laugh because this is probably a Rebecca thing. But it's dual-ended. So it's got the pencil and then it's got that beautiful little tip, sponge tip. But the sponge tip has a clear... I like that because I'm always opening the wrong end. Do you do that too? Please make me feel better and say that you do. I love a good sponge tip. And this one is a nice sponge tip that's not just rounded. Let's just get into the finer points of a sponge tip. This has a little bit of a point to it, so you can even go under and smooth, really get a nice smoky eye. And here is our beautiful factory point on our pencil. Oh, that's pretty. All right, I don't have a lot of lid space, so I do tend to use these products in the waterline and to tightline. So I'm going to do that now, but we'll test out. Oh, wow. You know, this is perfect. Not too creamy. Pardon me pulling up my lid here. Not too creamy. And not too waxy. You know, a lot of people complain because some of these dual-ended pencils, like Victoria Beckham, they're so creamy that people are like, it's just going to run on you. And this won't. This has a little bit, it's not dragging on my lids at all, which is a nice feeling. But it still has that little tiny bit where it's not just like a cream shoved into a pencil, It still feels enough like a traditional eyeshadow pencil, if you're following me there. I'm just kind of sloppily putting this on the lid a little bit since I don't have a lot of color on here. And then using this nice tip to blend it out. This is a very, very subtle look. So many of us can appreciate this. I don't need crazy glitter and crazy dark green and purple, and this to me is very much an ideal everyday look for myself. Okay, I am going to hop off really quickly and just put some mascara of my own on, do my brows. Then I'm going to come back and I want to show you the Deluxe Mauve shade of the Jillian Dempsey lip gloss, and then we're going to play with this Pat McGrath finishing spray because this is a really subtle look and I thought it would be fun to just kind of dewy it up. Do it up, dewy it up. You know what I mean. Stay right there. As promised, I went off camera and I put on some mascara and did my eyebrows, and then I kind of had a thought. You know, these are mostly cream products and you guys are going to want to know how they lasted. And here I am about to apply a setting spray. So I thought, let me get some other things done. Let me wait. This is actually now 4 hours later. So we could take a look. I understand that's not a full wear test, but I realized that maybe that's going to cheat you the experience of knowing how long the makeup lasts. And it's doing really, really well. It's a very subtle look, but the eye tint has not moved at all. Even though it's kind of a cream product, it hasn't creased. Look at that. I haven't touched it. Promise you I haven't touched it. Went right off camera 4 hours ago and put the mascara on, and it hasn't creased at all, which is pretty impressive for any sort of a cream on the eye, because it's like almost, it's basically, think of it as a cream to powder. Same as on the cheeks. It's feeling really nice. I didn't powder or do anything to it, although this would powder beautifully, but I'm not having it separate. The dark pits of despair on my eyes are still hidden. Don't have any of my blemishes or discoloration or just any of that funky stuff on my face showing through. I'm really pleased, and it's a very much makeup but no makeup look. So very, very pretty. I do want to get into this Pat McGrath spray, but I thought we would try together first the lip gloss from the Jillian Dempsey brand. This is the Deluxe, and I believe Deluxe was the name of Jillian Dempsey's first makeup line, actually. But this is Deluxe Mauve. It's $26, but this comes in 6 shades, so 5 other shades. I took the other swatches off my hand a few hours ago, but there you go. Let's give it a sniff. No weird scent, and the brand promises that there's no like stinging or cooling, you know, no frills. This is just a fun, nice lip gloss in a really pretty color. Oh, nice. Feels more to my thinking as a lip oil. Those terms are getting very confused in marketing right now. But what I mean is it's a kind of a thin, shiny oil, which feels very nurturing and comfy rather than a kind of a thick, cushiony, gloopy hair stick to it, traditional retro lip gloss. But really pretty, and I think really works with the look. So thumbs up to Jillian Dempsey, and I will have that linked below and where I can up here in YouTube shopping, but also a brand you can get at Credo, or a brand you could get at Violet Grey, and a brand well worth looking into, especially if, like me, you enjoy this kind of look. And of course, I mean, she's got other shades, so you can go a bit bolder, but I really enjoy a look that you can wear as gentle and kind of everyday or as deep as you want. It builds beautifully, but it's not overwhelming either, and sits on the skin in a really pretty way. You can tell this is someone who understands colors and the way makeup works on the skin. For any age, really. Really pretty. Okay, so I've been wanting to show this to you. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Glass 001 Legendary Glow Setting Spray. Why did I choose this video? I just kind of thought it would be fun to add a little bit of bling to the look, just for fun. I was influenced, so I wasn't going to buy this. I'm like, I need another setting spray. Like, I need a hole in the head, and my audience doesn't even care. And it is true, nobody asked. But I was flipping around, and I saw a reel or a TikTok or something of someone using it. They put on 3 layers, and their skin looked like glass. Now, we know that Pat McGrath did this kit where you painted on. Do you remember the doll type skin? Count me out. I just am not interested. I'm not interested in the process. I'm not interested in, but a spray that could approximate it, I thought, well, this could be fun. I'm not a big fan of setting sprays. You know, setting sprays used to just be hairspray. Honestly, makeup artists would just kind of do a light dusting of hairspray from far away on the face, and it would hold the makeup in place. So that's how they evolved. But now they can get dewy, they can be matte, they can be refreshing, they can be scented. Keep me away from the scented ones. But this one, it really says it's going to give you glass skin. I've been talking about the fact that I was going to show you guys this. I just bought it for me. Wasn't even going to put it on the channel, but I mentioned I had it and everyone's like, okay, we got to see it. Everyone says that the tutorials or the examples they've been seeing, people are just putting 7 layers of it on, and they said, please don't do that. So, okay, I'll do 1 layer, show you what that's like, and then I'll do the kind of traditional 3 layers. I won't do 10 or anything like that. For this, we will need the Sheila fan, is what I call it. This, yes, is the Patrick Ta fan, but it was a gift from the lovely Sheila out there. Sheila's a channel member, and so Sheila, we're gonna put the fan into place. So we're gonna shake this up, and they say to wait 30 seconds in between a typical setting spray, arm's length, all that stuff. It's supposed to keep makeup for 16 hours. I don't care about that, but okay. I cut such a stupid face when I do this, so I apologize in advance. Okay, there's 1. Let's get the Sheila fan involved. You don't have to fan yourself. You can just wait 30 seconds, but I enjoy the fanning. Okay, so everyone says that they've been just seeing this way overused, and I just don't overuse anything. So we're letting this dry kind of 30 seconds. But here is 1 spray, and this is going to go 16 hours. And it's just giving a really nice dewiness. I actually thought it would be pretty with this very minimal makeup. I don't think I was wrong. Okay, I'll speed it up. Let's do 2 more. I'll wait the 30 seconds, but I'll speed it all up. Okay, here we go. It's warm out, so the Sheila fan is a really nice addition. Okay, the nice thing about this, it will lock in whatever you have in place on your face. In terms of makeup setting sprays that really lock stuff in, the Urban, the All-Nighter is the king, but One Size has an amazing one. Charlotte Tilbury has a really amazing one. There's some great ones out there. To me, this was more fun for the look it gives the skin. Like, I've always liked the MAC Fix Plus. That's not a setting spray. That's more like a refreshing spray, but I've always liked the way it makes the face look. And that's what I was most interested. That's what influenced me to purchase this, was watching someone apply it. You don't have to have the fancy Sheila fan like I do. Thank you, Sheila. You could just go like that or just let it sit or whatever. But I think it's kind of a dewy, pretty skin look, isn't it? Yeah, that's why I bought it. The fact that it's going to make my makeup last longer is extra fun, but honestly, not why I bought it. Okay, so I've been playing with that. It does make your makeup last longer too. But in terms of the JILLIAN Dempsey, I would check this out, especially if, like I said, like me, you like minimal makeup. It's just that's really pretty. She's obviously a very talented lady with an extraordinarily good-looking husband, but a good makeup artist nonetheless. All right, let me know what your thoughts are, and if you've tried JILLIAN Dempsey makeup or you're going to give it a try, and if I was influenced by the Pat McGrath and then influenced you. I wasn't trying to, but I just wanted to, you guys wanted to see it. So let me know what you think. Everything is listed in the description bar. Like I said, where I can, I'll put it up here in YouTube shopping. So you can check things out, peruse them, purchase if you want to, or just take a look at them. Hey, come on over and join me. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Instagram. I'm everywhere. We got a Facebook group you can join for free. We got a membership right here on YouTube you can join. I'd love to see you at our lives that we do. We have a lot of fun on those. In fact, it was on the lives that I first learned about how everyone's a fan of this JILLIAN Dempsey makeup that I hadn't even tried yet, I'm embarrassed to admit. But I'm a fan now too. All right, so check all of that out. Make sure that you share and like, and please do subscribe. And I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.